Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast.
From the Lone Star Street Rod Association State Run in Granbury, Texas,
There's the man right
this
there.
is your place for all things automotive, the award-winning In Wheel Time car talk show. Coming up, another hot water from this weekend's event. Later, Jeff has the racing calendar. Mars has This Week in Auto History. I'll get you caught up on the stories making automotive news headlines. We've missed one feature today, and I am going to get to it.
Okay.
You know what it is?
This Week in Auto History.
No. Sold
No,
Car
it hasn't
Roundup.
come up yet.
Sold Car Roundup, and we're going to get that in this segment, so I promise you're going to do that.
Okay.
It's important. All right. Thanks for joining us today, along with Mike Out of This World Mars. We always need more Jeff Seekin. Chief Engineer David Ainsley is here with us, keeping us on the air, we hope. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us. Who's our next guest, Mr. Mars?
You know,
No, I don't.
we have this beautiful orange 1932 Ford coupe sitting here,
Yes?
and it is owned by Scott Ingram. Now, not only does he own this beautiful car, but he was one of the original 7 founders of the Lone Star Street
Oh,
Rod
my
Association.
God.
Very
He's
cool.
old like us.
Exactly.
Scott,
Yeah.
how are we still around? I mean, you know, I don't know about you, but
I quit eating junk food. I don't drink Cokes anymore. I'm trying to take care of myself. I got things to do.
do you drink whiskey?
Nope.
Drink
Gave it
beer?
all up. Gave it all up.
Give it all up.
Chase wild women.
I have too much fun living.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I fly. I drive old timey cars. I race cars. I race a dragster with a flathead. I fly old timey airplanes. Fly helicopters. I don't have time to drink. I don't want to get high drinking.
We want to
man.
be you.
Yeah.
Well,
So he looks this way. Ladies and gentlemen, this man's 110. He looks like he's
Yeah.
70.
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Have I got it?
close. Just turned 78.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
And still, like I say, driving a nitro-fueled front-engine dragster, not a cheating one with the engine in the back. Front engine, so you can't
Old
see out
school.
of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
old school. Yeah.
I like it. So how old is that car? Not to get sidetracked here.
Oh,
but
it was a 59 chassis we rebuilt about 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And started with a smaller flathead and worked our way up and into nitro and,
Still a flathead.
Oh, hell yeah. Only thing left is Ford in it. Yeah.
what's the compression ratio on that with the
Very little because it's got a blower with overdrive.
yeah.
Yeah. And so
But so what's the compression ratio inside that cylinder?
no clue.
No
Especially when you got nitro on it.
Well, I know.
Yeah.
I just all I can think of is pushing out head gaskets.
Yeah, well, it's we have a quick way to change gaskets, and I have custom-built gaskets for it because regular ones, store-bought, will not work in it.
Well, no, because
Yeah.
it's too much cylinder pressure.
And it's flathead started out as 221 inches, and then 239s, and then Mercs were 255s. Well, this one used to be 296, was large for a flathead. And then 304 was a number. Well, this one is a 317-inch flathead.
Dang,
It's good for one thing, going down the quarter mile.
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you still screw the spark plugs right in the top of the
Right on
motor.
the top of it, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What kind of spark plugs do you use in that thing? Using Champions?
I was using H10s for the longest time, and I hate to say it, but NGKs seem to last longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How often do you have to change those things?
Oh, every few runs.
Yeah.
It just
Because usually that nitro will eat the tips off of the spark
Well,
plugs.
I'm not running it real lean. I refuse to run it lean. I can make more horsepower. On the dyno, it was 554 horse out of a flathead.
On a flathead.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it's a very serious flathead, and it's all home built, all home done. None.
Now, what do you do? What do you do to seat the valves in that thing? And how many times do you have to look at those valves?
Hand seat them.
Yeah, hand seat 'em.
hand seat them. Yeah, it's no big deal.
No big deal. Just put a little grit down in
Yeah,
there.
I got the grit. I still have the
Little Dove soap.
original package of grit that I got when I was a teenager from my dad. It's empty, but I kept the can.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is how you do it, and he'll
Yeah,
show you.
Got the little stick, Yeah.
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 That do you reach the stems for the valves on the side?
No. You got to do it all. You got to pull the intake to get to the valves and stuff. It's a terrible design. It was the best thing in the world in 1932.
Because at one time you could get to the valves, the lifters, and all that stuff on the side of some.
You're thinking on a Chevrolet or an inline motor.
Yeah.
inline.
an inline.
Yeah, inline.
So
engine.
this is not an inline.
Oh no, V8.
It's a V8 flathead.
Yeah, V8 flathead
You know,
with 6 exhausts, not 8, 6. The Siamese, the middle ones. And people say, that's a V6. No, it's not. It counts as spark plugs. Like I said, design in 32 was state of the art, and then, it was over
not
with.
so much today.
But we weren't born in 32, so somebody taught you all this stuff.
You learn it. And this was before the internet. A lot of it, you learn it. You just learn it.
Trial by error.
Yeah.
And I've been messing with flatheads. I put a flathead in my first Model A when I was in high school back in the 60s, early 60s, And so, and built a go-fast one back then, old leftover parts.
Let's talk about that one.
Yeah, exactly.
How long have you had that?
I think it's 57 years now.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, obviously you've done some work to it.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's ground up twice. It's still the original body and most of the frame.
All steel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Steel body. And I've
Did you louver the hood?
yeah, I did everything. And all the paint.
God, I love you.
I did the paint.
From one man to another.
yeah.
That's really impressive.
That paint's probably 45 years old. It's the second paint job I did on it.
How many miles have you put on this thing?
About 350,000.
Really?
So you drive it.
I've been coast to coast, border to border. I've been into Canada, and I went down to Mexico. When you're going across the bridge, there's a sign in the middle that says, entering Mexico. I did 180 and drove back out.
That's a good move.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was like I used to drive it everywhere all the time. I got pictures of deer in the back when I went deer hunting. I got pictures towing, little four-wheel drive Jeep things, going across the creek, water over the running boards.
I see you got stickers on the windshield. Have you been to Hot Rod Tour? Hot
No.
Rod Tour, Texas?
No,
Oh, you should check that one out.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
In between Burnett and Lampasas.
Lampasas, Texas.
Yeah.
Aunt Maydell and Uncle Ernest.
Yeah.
Do you know who I'm taltalking about?
Not really, but they sound like hometown
None of
stuff.
us are.
Yeah.
See these people out here, and they don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Aunt Maydell and Uncle Ernest lived in Lampasas, retired. They had some acreage there, very rocky landscape.
Oh, yeah.
But, they had a couple of chickens, couple of cows, some goats, and then they had a worm farm inside this stinky building. That was very, peat
Humid,
moss.
yeah.
Yeah, and you'd go out there, and there'd just be boxes of dirt, and they'd take the food, sprinkle it across there, and all of a sudden the dirt would start moving.
Yeah.
And about 5 minutes later, all the food was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They had them trained well.
fishing worms. Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
There's peat farms up in Michigan.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah.
So this particular car, does it have the flathead in it?
No, had flathead first, and I was trying to make more of a street car, and back in the, let me think, probably 70 or so, and put a FE motor in it, big block Ford 406, 4-speed. We were all into go fast back then.
Sure.
I understand that one of the reasons that so many, this is just what I'm told, so many of those cars have Chevy engines is because the Ford big V8s like you've got in there, you had to do some manipulating to get it in there.
Oh, yeah, firewall's cut, and it's got room to put a blower belt because I've got a blower one of these days going to go on it. But it's now got a genuine 427 Ford in it with the cross-bolted blanes. Go fast.
What year is that thing?
60s. Yeah.
I was going to say 427. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a real 427. Yeah.
And he's got the chains on the block to the frame to keep the torque.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and believe it or not, that works. Yeah.
Oh, it does.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
used to do that, and everybody
Yeah.
would go, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Trust me, it works.
Yeah.
Trying to get it not to pop out of the hood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it
Well,
some
I would
gas.
tell people it's keep somebody from stealing it.
There you go.
That too.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
But no, it's just been a wonderful car. Like I said, I had that in a welding rig, and I drove it everywhere. Back then, nobody used their cars. I used it for everything. Sort of make a point.
Absolutely.
And I made the first 32 nationals in a row in SRA Nats. I went the first one in Peoria in a Model A with a Chrysler in it.
Peoria, Illinois.
Yeah.
Illinois is way up there.
Illinois, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but that was like in 1970 was unheard of. Nobody went past their city limits.
Yeah.
And they read about this thing called the Street Rod Nationals. They're going to try in Rod and Custom. Well, I'm going to go, and so I tried to get another person to bring another car. They wouldn't go, and then I drove up there, and buddy of mine, we had $100 a piece. We did the whole trip with it. I left the top at home, fenderless, running slicks. it was a hot rod. It was
Yeah,
around town.
sure.
And,
Drove
and
to
shocks
Peoria.
were ugly, and so it didn't have any shocks. Now, after that trip, I no longer run slicks on the street, and I have shocks. Good shocks on
learned.
this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. How much fun. You've had more fun in that car than a barrel of monkeys.
It's
A
unbelievable.
lot of people.
And I've towed I've got another 32 with the blown flathead. I've towed it, flat towed it behind this when we were racing it. I came to the 32nd one of these things, towing it, 32, towing a 32, to the 32nd LSSRA
Exactly, makes
thing.
sense, yeah.
But isn't it really in the run of the whole thing? Isn't it really about the people that you just?
Oh yeah, I've got people here I've talked to in the last, yesterday and today that, I've known them for 50 years.
Yeah. It's always good to get together with the old hot rodders and tell lies.
Yeah.
And now we know you.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
So somebody said to ask you how much you paid for the original car that you started.
It was a lot of money. It's $195.
Oh, my God.
$195.
Yeah. And like I say, part of the frame is still there, and the main part of the body is still there.
So this is a family member that you'd never get rid of.
Oh yeah. I'll give it away before I sell it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not for sale.
Well, I'm looking for an orange 32, so.
Well, Scott, it's great to talk to you.
Oh, cool.
Really appreciate you bringing
you
the
bet.
car by
Yeah.
for us to see, and hopefully we'll see you again in the
Cool.
near future.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be around. I'm not done.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
That's right.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thank
Just
you,
ahead,
sir.
Jeff has the
Okay.
racing calendar. Mars has This Week in Auto History. I'll bring you auto news headlines, and I think that we're going to try to squeeze in this week's sold car roundup. It's all coming up here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show after this break.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupe Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupe Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupe Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupe Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupe experience with queso flameado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupe beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupe Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupe Tortilla, he's pretty good. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show thanks you for 14 wonderful years. Yep, our first show aired May 7th, 2011 on a local radio station. Then it was a move to the digital world and social media, and you followed. Thank you. We continue to build and grow our fan base, and it's all because of you and your auto enthusiast friends. We appreciate your support. It's always great to see you at our remote broadcasts, and we hope you'll continue to stop by and say hello. It's been a great ride, and we hope to bring you more fun and adventure right here on the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show.
Hey, welcome back to In-Wheel Time. You're invited to join our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central on InWheelTime.com, Facebook, and YouTube. We hope you check us out from our home base in Sugar Land and the Sugar Shack Studios next weekend. If you miss us then, catch all the action on your favorite podcast channel. Time now for the racing calendar, and Jeff Zekin has that.
Is it
sponsored by Texas Muscle Car Club Challenge.
Thank you, guys. Hey, not much is going on except for a couple of things. There's a lot of teams are off for the summer break, for Father's Day, and all that good stuff. But we do have Xfinity is racing in Mexico. That would be today for the Xfinity Series, and then tomorrow, the big boys, the NASCAR Cup guys, are also in Mexico City. NHRA's off, IMSA's off, F1's off, and the open wheel guys for Indy are off as well this week.
Okay.
So there you go.
That's it. All right. Thank you very much. Now, this week in auto history, Mr. Mars.
Got a few quick, interesting stories that came up this week in auto history. In 1948, Ferdinand Ferry Porsche, he produced his first production Porsche, the number 356/1. Completed its first maiden drive. It was a lightweight rear engine with a Volkswagen-sourced flat Ford. But this is the prototype that laid the foundation for all of Porsche's brand identity coming forward, with the aluminum body and the hot rod engine. Also this week in 1934, Donald Healey
All right.
wins the Alpine Trial. Now, this guy is a British engineer and a rally driver, and he won the International Alpine Driving and Invicta. Now, this is a grueling mountain rally that takes a lot of nerve on the driver's part to be able to go across the rough terrain. Now, what makes this is because this is Healy that goes on to become part of the Austin Healy line. He is the Healy in that. Also this week in 1955, Le Mans, there was a disaster during the race, during the 24 hours of Le Mans, killed 83 spectators.
Wow.
Now, this, it was originally started colliding with the car, an Austin Healy, and it's caused the debris from the wreck to be thrown up into the crowd. And it led to a lot of reforms in car construction and crowd control at the races. Also this week in 1970, Porsche wins the first 24-hour Le Mans that it ever won. So it goes on to win a lot more. But the interesting thing about this, it was a rain-soaked race. And in the flat 12 engine and revolutionary aerodynamics of the 914-7 transformed Porsche into the class winner. In
24 hours of Le Mans, now to interrupt you, Mike, Don sent me some information on it. Cadillac is on the pole for this year's
First and second.
First and
Really?
second for 24 hours of Le Mans. Go ahead, continue, please.
So Germany's Nuremberg hosted its first official race this week in 1926. Now, it was in the mountains, and it was created a very challenging circuit, and it cost a loss because of all the elevation changes and the curves. And it was won by a driver in a Mercedes-Benz, and it became one of the world's most iconic and demanding tracks. It was nicknamed the Green Hell. Now, on this week, also in 1969, the Ford GT secured its fourth consecutive win at the 24 Hours of Le Mans with Jackie with a YX and Jackie I.E. Oliver piloting the number 6 car. Now, Jackie X protested the dangerous Le Mans start.
Oh, yeah.
When the race started, he walked to his car.
Yeah.
While everybody else was running, he walked. But they still won the race.
Yeah.
That was this week in automotive history.
Perfect.
All right, thank you, sir. And before we get too far, I want to thank Rick Neely.
Yes.
Lone Star Street Rod Association has been most gracious and invited us up and has babysat us the entire time we've been here. So thank you very much, Rick. We really appreciate it, along with all the members of Lone Star Street Rod Association. All right, I think we're going to do now the Hemming Sold Car Roundup.
Okay.
Guess the price.
Give me just a moment.
Is
Go
there-
ahead.
Huh? No, you said give me just a moment,
Yeah,
and then go
well,
ahead.
no, you can keep talking. I just have to get
Oh.
it out of it.
Oh, I see. You need to define.
In
what
other
you're-
words, wait on him.
Yeah, wait
but
on
don't
me,
wait.
but go ahead.
Yeah, wait, but don't wait.
Yeah.
I can't see with the light.
Yeah, well.
The sun is murder
It
out
is,
there.
it
on
is.
these screens.
So we had some interesting cars come up on the Hemming Sold Car Roundup this week, and of course the first one that I wanted to pick was a 1968 Chevrolet Corvette. Now I dug down a little bit deeper than I normally do because I thought, it's a red 68 Corvette, and it is a convertible. And it is a 427, 435 horse V8. Okay? So it's a big block, and it's got tri-power on it. Okay? You ready now?
Yeah,
Okay. Were you going to tell me that you're ready?
I'm ready.
He's ready. So guess what this car sold for? This is what drew my eye. What do you think that this car sold for?
23.
23.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 63.
Oh, okay.
David, do you want to join in on this?
I'm here.
Okay. So what do you think? A 68 Chevrolet Corvette convertible looks all stock, probably restored,
72.
but it's a 427, 435 horse, which
Probably
is a
over
rare
100 grand or
combination.
something.
72.
72.
It's over 100 probably.
It's $110,250.
But I win.
And that's what it sold for.
That's what it sold for.
Wow.
Well, I was only going to buy some of it.
Okay, the next car up, this is for Jeff, a 1992 Cadillac Brougham. I think they call it a Brougham, but we like to call it the Brougham.
Broham.
And it's
So how much-
72?
92
92.
Cadillac Brougham. It's got the wire wheel covers on it. Looks clean. It has 61,000 miles on it. So that kind of drew my attention as far as why is it selling for this price. So what do you think that sold for, Mars?
For me, 8,000, but that
8,000? Jeff?
I'll go 12.
12? David?
13.5.
14,963.
You go, David.
Wow.
So when we're looking at cars for the hot rod tour, this would be it.
Because the seats are like
They're velvet.
Oh, yeah, and they're like 18 inches thick.
Yeah, they are. And it's got air conditioning. And that thing will go down the highway, lumber down the highway.
That would be it. Float
Down the highway.
In your
and get about 12 miles to the gallon. I'm all in. Next up, 1965 Ford Mustang convertible. White with looks like a black interior, but I'm not sure about that. 41,000 miles. Now, whether those are the original miles or not, I don't know. But it's got the stock wheel covers on it. Yeah. And I remember when those wheel covers came out, we went, ooh, look at those. Those look like real mags on there. How much?
Gosh.
65 Ford Mustang convertible.
28.
21.
Jeff's 21. David?
Well, I'm going to have to go 28.5.
$22,050. $22,000, basically.
Wow.
Next up, since we had a Pontiac on here earlier.
Yeah, look at that.
Here's a 1977 Pontiac Formula 400.
Yeah, you could tell by the hood.
It's got a few miles on it, but not bad. It's a 6.6 liter, just like the one that we had on the show here. 18,300 miles on the car. It looks completely stock. What do you think that white Pontiac Formula from 1977 would go for with the 6.6 liter in it?
23.
23. Mr. Mars?
I was going to go 32.
32.
27.5.
37.8.
Oh.
Not bad for that few miles.
We're not
if
very
it's all
good at this,
original.
are we?
It's
No,
the sun.
no.
You can't see it.
I can't
Some
see
of
it.
you are right on. Okay, let's go back to classics. I think that there may be one or two of these here today in Granbury. 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air. Two-door, yellow with a white top. Can't tell the interior. It's got custom wheels on it. Probably been restored because they're touting that it has 2,100 miles on it. So I would imagine that's probably from the restoration. It has a 283 V8 in it. 57 Chevy Bel Air.
Probably a Power Glide.
Hard top.
You go first.
No,
Mike.
it's not a hard top. I don't know. I can't tell.
Yeah,
It's a post.
Postcard. Okay, so how much? Clean.
26.
35.
22.
David wins 34,913.
Woo!
Now let's get back to the pick-em-up trucks.
Square body.
Square body, 1977 Chevrolet C10. 454 cubic inch with an automatic transmission. So this would be considered a resto mod square body. It's got some Krager SS's on it. It's gray. I can't tell the color of the interior. But guess what that would sell for?
14.
28.
18.
Mr. Mars wins 26.
The
250.
square bodies are hot right now.
They are. Yep. Let me look at my time here and see where we are. Because I got a couple of more. Oh, we got time. Good. Got a couple of more here. Here's one. Let me just say this when I give you the description. There's something wrong with it. A 1969 Oldsmobile Toronado. Front-wheel drive. Remember, it's the beginning of front-wheel drives.
Yeah.
When I assume that it's got a V8 in it. I'm not that well-schooled in these. 69 Oldsmobile Toronado. What would that sell for? Now, I prefaced it by saying it apparently needs some work. The body looks straight, but it looks stock.
3,000.
8,000.
12.
$13,050.
Good job, Michael. You own it.
It is yours.
Wow.
You bought it.
And our last one of the day. No, I got two more. Last one here. This goes along with the vehicles that are here today. A 1948 Ford with a 350 Chevy with an automatic transmission.
I think that one's here in the show.
Might be.
Yeah.
48 Ford. Okay? So post-World War II, but they hadn't updated much. So 48 Ford, 350 Chevy in it, automatic transmission. Black. Custom grill. Custom wheels. Or aftermarket wheels. How much?
17.
17. Mars?
28.
David?
25.
$35,700. So I got a feeling that's a pretty nice car.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something
And
we're
finally,
not
I've got the car from Mr. Mars.
seeing. Yeehaw.
Oh, look at that.
This is a
I could see it.
1958 Messerschmitt.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what a Messerschmitt is?
Yeah. It's we saw one at an auction
Yeah.
several years ago.
This one here has the optional clear bubble top on
Yeah.
it. It is a two-door freak of nature. A 50. I kid you not. I'm going to cover up the price. There it is right there. Can you see it now?
Yeah, it's a little three-wheeler, isn't it?
Well, I think it may have four, but the two back ones are close together.
Oh.
Anyway, whatever.
It's a dually.
What is the money? The money that
Marks?
I would do 12,000 Deutschmarks.
6,000.
15.
Mr. Mars wins not only the spot-on price, but he wins the car. And he's going to get rid of the truck, and this is going to become the new in-wheel time machine.
Oh, wow.
The back seat
It's
is
sold-
going to be full.
Yeah, with
There
a
is no
motor,
back seat.
with a motorcycle motor in it. $15,908 is what it went for.
Nice.
So if you want to get into
Messerschmitts.
Messerschmitt, bring it to shows like this and get laughed at a lot. And be, what is that thing?
The Messerschmitt.
Well, Kristen said they're going to have a Vespa show,
Yeah,
but
Vespa.
she didn't say motorcycles or Vespa cars in the fall. There may be some more stuff there.
Well, you know what, Mike? I think that you need to champion the cause for us to come back up and do a Vespa show.
And then we're going to do the Corvette show in October.
Yeah. Maybe put it back to back. Just saying.
We could leave all the equipment set up.
Just leave it out here. Absolutely. We'd love to hear from you. Shoot us an email. The address here is info@inwheeltime.com. And we're wrapping up today's show. And I have to tell you that this show kind of surprised me this year. And you're going to ask, why do you think that, Don?
We're waiting.
I can't really say. First of all, we got to the hotel at about, 3:30, 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. And there weren't a whole lot of people. Weren't a whole lot of cars in the parking lot. Then we go to dinner last night at 6:30 over here at Vito Corleone. And there weren't a whole lot of people in there.
Yeah, it was moderately.
I'm thinking, what's going on? No people show up. Then we come this morning. And now people are having a hard time trying to find a place to park.
We're fenders to bumpers.
Exactly. And the parking lot down there, and they're making a parking lot on the other side of the
Right,
playground.
because last year it was fairly empty over here. Now it's kind of full.
Well, I think everybody and his mother's here, and you're missing out.
You got food trucks. You got all kinds of stuff going on.
If you're listening to us in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I suggest you come on out. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues after this.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com.
Well, that's all for this week's In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Be sure and check us out online at inwheeltime.com. We're always looking for new, informative, and fun automotive things. If you got an idea or maybe an event or a road trip destination you'd like for us to check out, let us know. Our email address is info@inwheeltime.com. When you're looking for award-winning car talk, you can find the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show 24/7 on the In-Wheel Time app. When you're on the road, grab a podcast anytime from your favorite podcast provider, including the new SiriusXM podcast channel, and be sure and catch us on the Odyssey radio app. We video stream our live show every Saturday 10 to noon on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. Next week, we're going to be back in the Sugar Shack studios. The In-Wheel Time video technical director is We Always Need More Jeff Zekin. For booking agent, video editor, and people finder, and do it all, Mike Out of This World Mars, along with Chief Engineer David Ainsley. I'm Don Armstrong. Special thanks to everyone at the Lone Star Street Rod Association for inviting us back, and a special nod to Tammy Dooley at the Granbury Convention and Visitors Bureau. Join us next week back home in Sugar Land. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you next time here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show.
That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.